Hey guys, today I'm going to go talk to the owner of this beautiful restaurant, Glasspar in Dana Point. Let's go in and check it out. Hi guys, today we're here at the beautiful Glasspar Restaurant in Dana Point, right across from Dana Point Harbor with the owner, Rob Wilson. And I'm so excited to introduce you guys to him and hear all about his beautiful restaurant and the things he offers here. So welcome, Rob. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, tell us about this beautiful restaurant and how it came to be.
So about 3 years ago, my wife and I decided, like, the kids are grown up, out of high school. Let's step out of the corporate world and do this venture. So we put it together, and here we are today.
Well, tell us a little bit more about it.
Okay.
It is spectacular. So you took over an existing space, but you totally changed it and transformed it, right?
Right. So from 6 feet under, all new electrical, all new walls, everything was gutted in the restaurant completely.
Wow.
So we put together a whole new restaurant, whole new concept, classic American seafood hall. Our venture was basically like, let's bring something elevated to Dana Point, but do it like East Coast style, East Coast fashion, West Coast style, elevated seafood, beautiful presentations, very thoughtfully sourced seafood, something like that. The name Glasspar actually comes from a boat company that was from 1949 to 1977. They started in Costa Mesa, and my father had a 18-foot glass bar.
Oh my goodness.
So it was fitting that we're here in the harbor. I grew up here.
Yeah.
Started fishing out here and surfing out here, and my father would go fishing and I would go surfing, or we would both go fishing, and I could still from this restaurant see the lawn trail.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So what led you to create the theme and the menu that you've chosen?
I've always loved working with seafood. I'm from California, born and raised. I just has always been drawn to the ocean and the sea. Grew up surfing and water skiing, wakeboarding, snowboarding, skiing, all those things. Everything with water, I always seem to be attracted to. So, and in my career, I've just always felt that seafood's been a very great way to express your culinary talents.
Okay.
So we decided on this theme for the restaurant.
And we know that you are, one of the owners or the owner of the restaurant. But tell us, do you have any chef background yourself?
I have a little bit of chef background, about 35 years.
Yes.
I started as a dishwasher at the Dana Point Chart House.
Okay.
I went to culinary school in New York at the Culinary Institute of America. After graduation, I worked for a company up in Mammoth Lakes, and we ran 3 restaurants, and then came back down to this area and rejoined the Ritz Carlton, and spent about 13 years with Ritz Carlton in total. The last one being running the executive chef of the Ritz Carlton Laguna Niguel. I opened 8 different properties for Ritz Carlton around the world, and then I was swooped up by the Montage, and then I was at the Montage for about 8 years as the executive chef, and helped them design and build a few of their properties that are now open.
Fantastic. So you took 35 years of experience, the good, the bad, all of the learning experience that you saw, especially other owners, and you brought it to bring this beautiful property right here.
Right.
So tell us about some of the menu items and maybe what some of your favorite things on it are.
The menu is very, it's a little diverse. So I try to create dishes that it touches certain areas around the world. So Spanish octopus, probably one of our top selling appetizer on the menu.
Wow.
We do a red wine braised Spanish octopus. We then char it on the grill after we marinate it for 24 hours. And it's served with a saffron aioli, romesco sauce, pickled pole beans, duck fat potatoes, cracked Mediterranean olives, and a little Marcona almond dust. And people rave about it. They love it. We saw a lot of octopus. And then you'll have another dish that, like my salmon dish, pan-seared Nordic salmon with a squid ink gnocchi and melted tomato, fennel, and leek. So more of a Italian, kind of Mediterranean dish.
Yeah.
And then you have like we have a classic 20-ounce grilled prime ribeye from Cedar Creek Farms, grass-fed in Kentucky. It's amazing. We do simple French beans fricassee with fingerling potatoes, bone marrow, and a bordelaise sauce. So, you know, we're kind of touching a little bit of everything,
Right.
Lots of oysters.
Okay.
People love oysters, and we're serving anywhere from 3 to 8 varietals on any given day.
Oh, wow.
From around the country. Obviously, oysters are very seasonal, so we have to be sure we pick the right month to use the right oysters. So it's a fun venture.
Wow, I can tell there is so much thought and love into what you're putting together here.
Absolutely.
And your passion is just, it exudes in everything. So tell us about a little bit about the restaurant.
Okay.
We're sitting in the outdoor seating right now with the beautiful firewall. And what else have you got inside?
Right. So inside, when we're able to open and do so, we have a 26-seat bar, which we have 10 beers on tap, 10 wines on tap. We have a very extensive cocktail program, craft-made cocktails, which we offer outside as well, and wine list. So our whole vision with this was elevate. Take from the normal and elevate. Service, food, cocktails, and ambiance.
Yes.
And I think we've hit the mark. We have a private dining room that seats 50 with an interactive chef's island. So I have cameras and monitors, so I can do live cooking demonstrations. I can also do interactive dinners. So if you wanted to host a party of 20 or 25 or 30 or 50, I can actually plate and cook in front of you.
Wow.
Which is really fun.
And you said you had monitors. You were telling me before you have monitors, so the people that aren't right up front to see it, they can see it on camera.
Right. So we have 3 monitors up above on the soffit, and then we have camera right, left, and center that sit over the island. So if I'm standing in the middle cooking on my cutting board and I have 6 burners, induction burners that are around, pots and pans working, then you can sit. You don't have to leave your seat. You can just look up at the monitor, even if you're at the back of the room.
That's fantastic. So everybody's part of the show.
Right.
You get to see their meal prepared right before them.
Right.
That's
and then
really
we also
fun.
have a 10-seat oyster bar, which you can, just like a sushi bar, you would just come up and sit at the oyster bar, and they'll shuck oysters right there in front of you. You can have whatever you want. We actually use, part of our theory in the restaurant was, we don't want to say no to any guest at any time. If you're sitting at the oyster bar, the bar, or in the restaurant outside patio, you can dine on anything on the menu. So even if you sat at the oyster bar, you don't have to have oysters. You can have a ribeye. You can have a New York steak, you know? Most people that sit at the oyster bar start with oysters, though.
Right. No, that's brilliant, because plenty of times there'll be people in a group or in a couple that want different things. So you're catering to all of them.
Absolutely. And now that we're able to just be open for outside dining, we have this beautiful 2,500 square foot patio. We're all enclosed. We have heaters. We have firewalls. We have fire table over there, so we have that fire element that's really cool. And, and a new patio cover, which allows us to utilize the 100% of the space. So we're excited to get going.
It's just gorgeous. I love the decor. It's just right up to the minute, on trend. It's so fun to be able to be here. I can't wait to come back and dine here. Well, anything else you want to share with our audience before we sign off here?
I think our hours are, we are closed Mondays and Tuesdays currently. We're open Wednesday and Thursday from 5 to 9. We're open Friday, Saturday from 4 to 9. And then Sundays we're open 10:30 a.m. for brunch. And we do brunch all the way until 2, and then we do a little lunch intermezzo from 2 to 4, and then dinner starts at 4.
Fantastic.
So,
well, come for drinks, for food, for
drinks.
any of it. Sunday brunch.
All the above.
Yes. Well, thanks so much for being part of this, and you can always catch more at southcountytoday.com.